Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Time flies, so don't blink twice. Time flies, so don't blink twice.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Being rational, give them what they asked for.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Everybody rockin' slide to the beat. Snap a knife, touch, bouncing to the groove. All by themselves, that's the new move. I'm like to go, I'm fucking up the gang. I'm seeing how it's done. I ain't showing what the dog.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready. 10 black. Hey, win.
They'll run. It's Brashard Smith. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4. And now they'll audible to something else.
At the 41-yard line.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. From the out route, incomplete. That's Reynolds. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Come on, set. 45, right.
Give to Smith out of the gun. Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
17 more yards. That's another Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
White. Claws red. Ready?
To the air is Rattler. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. Go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. You know you create those great mismatches, throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Let's go now. 50, green. Hey, green.
Inside handoff, Smith. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 40 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, first and goal. Miller is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
The score is Saints 7, Packers nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 44-yard line.
A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for a Packers first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
Hey, Silver.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
39-yard line.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Hurts. Short throw. He's got Kraft. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer. Crowd left Yeti. Alpha. No touch.
Throwing is Hurts. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48.
It's fourth down.
Crowd left Yeti. Back. Crowd left Yeti. No touch.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. And he is caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
It's a gain of
Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a first and 10 inside the 35.
No touch that. Tiger Hornet. I know he went up. Hey, 73, 73. No touch.
Here's Hurts to throw. One of the slant, and he finds Mitchell. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring out second down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. Short throw. He's got Kraft. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. They've got good hands. Then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second and 7 from the 20.
Great. I know he went up. 73. No touch.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down and 6. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's third and 6.
Crowd left Yeti. Hey, let's go. Hey, easy. 63, bad. No touch.
They'll look to throw. Touchdown! Tucker Kraft, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Tyler Bass set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of there where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Packers' 44-yard line.
Now they'll change things up.
Go red. Black, red. You, yellow. Set.
Rattler working out of the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reynolds. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a first down.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Set, hut. Black, 95. Yellow, blue.
Smith up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
3-3.
On 2nd down, here's Smith again. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Here is 3rd and 5.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Hey, red.
From the gun, here's Rattler. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Bates' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I share my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Great. Silver, set. And anyone,
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there. They'll have a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard.
Trimmer, 73, 73.
Right back to Hubbard. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Great. Set. On anyone, eh? Roy. 63, 60. Great.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He's tackled at the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
No touch that. On anyone, huh?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Short throw. He's got Kraft. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Great. Hey, let's go. Trim.
Back to throw. And this one's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
2nd and 10. Now Hurts looking to change the play. Hurts with a quick throw, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Silver, set. Watch the shift. 73.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll try and do this himself. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end. So that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted all time. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
Eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And he's taken down inside the 30.
That's another Packers first down.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
That's another Packers first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Touchdown, Packers! Tucker Kraft, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Tyler Bass now for the point after. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10.
Makes the score Packers 17, Saints 10. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense with plenty of time to get back in this game.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Slide 2. 6. Madden. 6.
Rattler wants to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 12. First down, Saints.
Black Ultra. Green Jack. Blue Striker. Black Shot. Jack.
Here's Rattler. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready. Watch out there. 6. Yellow. 43. Ready.
From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, Rattler. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reynolds. Oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll run for it with Smith. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
A gain of 3 yards. That's good for the Saints. First down. It's a gain of 3. First down.
Throwing is Rattler. And that will get the off target and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Ready. 60 red. Hey.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Rattler. He's got his target. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
I don't care what level of football you play. This one wasn't universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone will come free.
2nd down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3's all around. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Micah Parsons. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Down and goal.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Down. Hey, blue.
52, boom.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to go down again. Yaya Diaby in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long.
Here we go, set. Field, flat. Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw for it with Rattler. He'll try and do this himself. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the third quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
I want the money, the cash, the moolah, the bag, the currency, stacking it up. We want the freedom to live, the freedom to have. The things we've been lacking, my brother, so what are we lacking? I can point it down, so much that's around, but that's out of bounds. No point doing that, no, they send the hound, bite me in the, put me in the ground, turn me into ash, but to carry down. From those who
about set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Go, 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 go. No time.
On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. Down the right sideline. Inside the 10. Touchdown! Packers. Chuba Hubbard, 65 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The week off hasn't been one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
Tyler Bass set to kick it off.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. 33. Yellow. 43. Ready?
They'll run it again with Smith. Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 4.
Let's go now. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
A gain of 6. That's good for a Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Red, cycle.
To the air is Rattler. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now they'll change things around before the snap. Here's a 2nd and 7. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
On the set. Squad red. Set, ready. Ready?
They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Lewis 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a give to Smith. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll look to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chigakakwo, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Saints will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Hey, blue. Slide blue. Hut.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it.
Score Packers 24, Saints 19.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone. A touchback.
35-yard line.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And it's complete to Mitchell. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Hurts. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
Silver, set.
On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back that feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in Nico basement, putting working on the phones. Either that or try the money more to make the pickups. Man, it's 2008, I'm trying to paint the picture. Comeback season in the works, and now I'm thinking bigger. I got in the studio every night, late night. Gotta watch it, don't want to make them sicker. That's my...
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Great. Try left, Yanni.
On the handoff, this is Judkins. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now, backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake in the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
2nd and 6.
Great. Set.
Judkins going to run it out of the gun. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. A 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Hurts going to move him around. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. are moving closer to a date now. The NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time but move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Down. 60 red, yellow, blue. White.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to it as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Ready. Black, 95.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down.
Hey, red. Yellow.
They're going to look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Time not on their side. They've got one timeout, the 2-minute warning to work with as well. But they need points. 1st and 10.
Green. Dog red. Grill green. Set.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Ready.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Madden. Blue, black. 33, yellow. Blaster, 6. White, blue. Green jack. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's 1st down.
Here we go. Go. Blue, yellow. Black ultra. Cut.
To the air once more is Rattler. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in a huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Right?
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 45. White. Yellow, go. White, black, chop. Field, black. Red, cycle. Blue, striker. Hut.
They'll look to throw again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10.
Black, red, yellow, blue, red, yellow. Real green. Needle blue. Striker. Ready?
Back to throw again. That is caught. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
How many times we see it? I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's 1st and goal.
Stick it to blue. Go pink.
Rattler going to look to throw again. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes a flag. So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Rattler. Cockrell holds it in left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Ready. 33, yellow. Hey, red. Motion. Black ultra. Hut.
Throwing once more. Here's Rattler. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. You're going. Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal. They'll go. Here's Rattler. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Good, set.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Packers are moving on as we say thanks for watching and so long.